Hello, Paul Hamilton here from Using Technology Better. We're making these Earth Day interactive AR flowers today where we can create with Keynote, we can tap them and they get bigger. What a great idea for kids getting creative with augmented reality for Earth Day. So I'm going to walk you through it. It's super easy to do, but there's a couple of little steps. So don't forget to pause along the way and stop where you need it. We're going to start with Keynote, one of our favorite apps. So let's jump down to Keynote. We're going to start just a blank new document. We'll select just a white theme. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a look for some Keynote shapes, which is the flowers that I used in the demo. So I'm going to tap each of the text boxes, just delete them. I'll go up to the top for my plus symbol, and I'll look for the nature category in shapes. Now I'm going to go down, look for those flowers. I think it's a little bit further down there. I'm going to grab those. I'll make them a little bit bigger so that you can see. And what we're going to do is actually, once we get them to a decent size, we're going to go up to our paintbrush, tap on Arrange, and we're going to break them apart. So down the bottom, you can see you can break each of those flowers apart. That way, I can tap on one of my flowers, go up to my paintbrush again, and I'm going to go to the style and fill it with a gradient. I think gradients will look really great today. So at the top there, you can see gradients, and I can select my start and my finishing color, and I can start to give it a little bit of gradient color just to make it a little bit more interesting. And I'll tap on each of my flowers to do that. And so this is great. You might get extra creative and actually fill it with an image or a photograph of a flower. That looks super cool as well. I'm going to go a little bit boring today and just do the gradient colors, although they look pretty good. So each of my bundle of flowers now is an individual flower each. And that's going to be super important for our next step where we actually bring it into Reality Composer. So while I'm doing this, if you haven't got Reality Composer, get it. It's great for kind of ages 8, 9, 10 and up. And you might need to do a little bit of work and a little bit of confidence building with Reality Composer. Let kids have a play first. But here we go. Let's open up Reality Composer. I'm going to hit my plus and create a new document. My flowers are going to be anchored to the ground. So I'm going to choose horizontal anchor. And then watch what I do here. I'm going to open up Keynote on a split screen. I'm going to go to the bottom of my page, swipe up just a little bit. I'll do that again. Swipe up. And then I'm going to drag Keynote over to the side in a preview or a split screen. Up to you. Now, what I need to do now is I need to do a long press on one of my flowers, a long press, hold on to it, and drag it onto my screen. And once it comes into my screen, I can tap on it. I can drag the green cone to raise it. And then I can drag my red circle to position it the right way. I don't think that's exactly straight there. But the green cones or the cones are how we position it. And we drag our fingers on the circles to rotate. So you can rotate any way that you want. And I'm going to repeat that process. So I'm going to grab my flower, long press. Oh, that didn't work. I'll go back and try again. Get into my flower, long press in the middle of the image, drag it onto my screen so you get that little plus icon, and I'll do it with all of mine, and then I can start playing around with my flowers. So I'm going to tap on my flower, have a go at rotating, repositioning, and you'll notice on the right-hand side, I've also got my properties, which allows me to scale, make it a little bit bigger, and position it exactly where I want. So I'm going to position my flowers around my Reality Composer scene. They're looking really great. You can have a little bit of fun with bringing in your own images from your camera roll if you would like. And it takes both teachers and students a little while to get to know how to move things around in Reality Composer. But once you get the hang of it, it's super easy to do. So just remember, the cones, dragging your finger on the cones is for positioning, and drag your finger on the circles to actually rotate them on different axes. Once we've done that, we're going up to our behaviors. Let's start the magic. This is our behaviors. We're going to hit on our plus behavior, and we're going to go right down the bottom and select custom. Once we've selected custom, we're going to press on trigger and add a tap trigger. Now, what am I tapping? I need to make sure the flower goes green when I press done. You'll notice that on the trigger, it'll have choose, and then I'm going to choose the action of move, rotate, or scale. Now it's moved it to the side automatically, so I go down my actions menu and I just reset or clear the position. Then it will go back to where it should be, and then I can go right down the bottom and increase the scale. I want my flowers to grow, so I'm going to increase that up a fair way. And then I can position my flower if I want. This is what's going to happen at the end. This is how much it's going to grow. And I can also set the timing. I might allow my flower to take about 5 seconds to grow to that scale. And that's just a great way of teaching our students how to create a simple animation in Reality Composer. And I'm going to repeat that. So I'm going to go back to my plus. I'm going to go to custom. I'm going to select my tap trigger again. And then I'm going to select one of my other flowers and repeat the process. So I'm basically going to clear or reset the position, and then I'm going to go right down the bottom and scale that up just like I did with the other one. And then I'm going to set my duration to about 4 or 5 seconds because that's how long I want my flower to grow for, which is great discussion points for Earth Day and talking about how things grow and how we can actually feed different flowers and help them grow as well with all of the things like water and sunlight and so on. So I'm going to repeat that 3 times, and then I'm almost ready to go up and press on the AR symbol at the top and see how it looks in my garden. I'm just finishing off my last flower now by repeating that process. Double check that you've got your object selected. So if it doesn't work, make sure you've got your object selected both in the trigger and the action sequence. That's super important to make sure that you've got. So when we go outside in a minute, we're going to press the AR button at the top, and we're also going to press the play button. So let's have a go and see how it looks in my garden. I'm looking around. I've pressed the AR button. I'm going to press the play button in a minute. You can see the AR's pressed. I'm going to position it around in my garden. I'm going to press the play button in a minute. Here I go here, and I'm going to tap on my flowers. There we go. We've got some growth. Happy Earth Day, everyone. We've created our growing flowers in augmented reality by using our Keynote app and also the Reality Composer app. And once our students and our teachers have got these skills, you can see how easy it is to be creative and connect the digital with our beautiful earth and our physical environment. Paul Hamilton here from UTB.